Hi guys, welcome back to TALKCHAIN channel. I'm Choco, the host of today's AMA. TALKCHAIN is a blockchain media based in Malaysia, striving to serve the people by delivering quality blockchain and crypto related contents as part of our contributions towards the growing gem space. So I believe lottery in crypto world is no stranger to us, but today we have invited a new generation lottery token on the Binance Smart Chain to our channel and to share about the exciting project with us. Let us welcome Mooncow from Moonpot. Hi.
Hi Choco, really glad to be here. Thank you.
Glad to have you too. Hi, can you summarize for us what is Moonpot is all about for the benefits of our audience?
Yeah, sure. So Moonpot is a win-win savings game on Binance Smart Chain. And what that means is that it's a place where you can stake your assets like cake or banana or beefy, and you're going to earn interest every day on those like you would in a normal yield optimizer. But at the same time, you're becoming eligible for really big prizes. So we have given away more than $2.25 million in prizes on our platform so far.
Okay. So the next question, I'm not going to ask you for your identity, but may I know how big is your team? Like, do you know each other in real life? You guys work together?
Yeah, it's a great question. We actually don't know each other in real life very much. Some of us knew each other before the project started, or we brought friends and colleagues into the project. But in general, we spend our time on Discord and Telegram, having just text conversations, working things out this way. We've never met in like a conference or even a pub or something like that. And how big we are, it's quite big. You know, in the Moonpot team, there is around about 13, 14 core members and 6 volunteers. And in the Beefy team as well, you know, it's similar numbers, and Beefy has even more volunteers than Moonpot itself.
I see. Since you mentioned Beefy, so I'm going to ask a question to do with Beefy later. But before that, I'm more curious that what are your aspirations for Moonpot actually?
Yeah, it's a great question. So, you know, our aspirations with Moonpot is to become one of the entry points into DeFi for casual users. I think DeFi is great. It's completely changing the way that finance works in the world. It's much more fair and it's much more profitable because it's so fair, you know, like the money is not going to some banking executive to spend on champagne. The interests are going direct to the users. So as well as it being great and profitable, it's also quite complicated. So there's a lot of barriers to entry just in terms of understanding what all of these tokens mean, understanding how they work and can I trust them and all of those things. And so with Moonpot, what we try to offer is something really simple. You know, people understand a lottery, they understand prize draws, they want to win. So when we bring in something that is very similar to a lottery where you don't actually lose your money, you also earn interest, we really believe that this can be a onboarding point for DeFi. And that's our goal, to be one of the places where you tell your friends about DeFi, you tell them about Moonpot, because it's just so easy to explain. Yeah. And we're already seeing that with our users.
Yeah, true. So when I checking, like doing some research about this AMA, I was like browsing through Moonpot, and it was so easy to understand. Like it's so clear, just as simple as 1, 2, 3. So what are the differences between staking in Moonpot and, just now you have mentioned, Beefy Finance, and what are the relationship between the two?
Yeah, well, I'll start with the relationship and then I will talk about some of the differences. So Moonpot actually came out of Beefy Finance. It's really a side project of Beefy. Beefy has been around for 1 year, looks after around $1 billion worth of assets for its users. And I've been working with Beefy for many months, maybe around 6 or 7 months, and suggested the idea of Moonpot to the Beefy team as something that we could build on top of Moonpot, on top of Beefy. And so it's been built by Beefy developers. There's a lot of community management and marketing support also coming from Beefy. But then at the same time, we have created something unique with its own token. And that's meant that we've been able to generate new value and new users in a way that Beefy maybe couldn't just with its normal product. And the normal product of Beefy is also quite straightforward. It's a yield optimizer. So what that means is that you take your assets and you just put them on there like you would with a bank account or something, and you earn interest. But Beefy is really big. Like there is around about 700-800 vaults you can choose on Beefy Finance. There are 7 chains, so it's not just on Binance Smart Chain. games on Arbitrum, Polygon, Phantom, Avalanche, many others. And this means that, like, again, it's quite easy to understand, but it's also very deep. And so Moonpot comes along with this more simple entry point, less options, and the lottery element. And the difference between staking on Beefy and Moonpot is that when you stake on Beefy, there is no lottery, there is no prize draw. You just earn a regular interest every day. So whatever you put in, you're kind of guaranteed to get this interest every day. Whereas on Moonpot, when you stake your asset, actually some of the interest that you would normally generate, that is being used to make the prize draws. Like, that's how we make it so that you never lose. Because you're not paying for a lottery ticket and then losing your money if you don't win. You're actually just staking like you would normally, and some of that interest rate is being used to build the prizes. So yeah, that's the main difference.
Okay, very clear. Thank you for your answer. And the next question is still something to do with lottery projects in DeFi. So I would like to ask, what makes Moonpots different from the lottery projects in DeFi space, from the others?
Yeah, sure. So there are a few projects in DeFi that are completely lotteries, right? So PancakeSwap is probably the most famous one. You can go on there, you just buy a ticket. I think it costs you $5 or 5 cake, I'm not sure. And if you don't win the prize, you never get that cake back, right? You have given it to PancakeSwap, they're going to burn it. It's great for the tokenomics, but it's not great for you if you didn't win the lottery, right? You actually you spent your money. And so the big difference between Moonpot, which is a savings game really, and PancakeSwap Lottery, which is a lottery where you lose money, is that every time you deposit into Moonpot, you get your deposit back. So the price of our cake draw is every week. Yesterday we gave away on Monday we gave away around $200,000 in cake and pots. And everybody who was in this prize draw, they didn't lose their money. They didn't lose their money by having a ticket. It's just a deposit. So this is really the big difference. And there are a few other DeFi no-loss lotteries, savings games that are a bit similar to Moonpot and further away from this PancakeSwap lottery. And then I would say the difference between those ones, one is that our prizes are much bigger. And that's just because we are quite popular, and we have Beefy Finance creating the interest. And so, the prizes on Moonpot are like in the hundreds of thousands, and then somewhere like Pancake Bunny, it's like $2,000 prize, $3,000 prize. So this is another big difference. But on a more technical level, the difference is even on those other DeFi savings games, they're not really giving you interest either. They just take your interest and turn it into a prize. And so with Moonpot, you have the no loss aspect, but you also have the win-win aspect, which is earning interest as well as prizes.
Okay, understood. So the normal one, they will take away your interest and put it in the prize pool. But in Moonpot, we can get both interest, and we are able to participate in the pool, and we get back our deposit in the end, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. So, we split it 50-50. So half of your interest is being earned to you, and half is going to the prize pool, whereas some other platforms, it's 100% of your interest is going to the prize pool. And there's nothing wrong with that, actually. It just changes the game slightly. I will say maybe by the time this interview goes out, you will see that we're introducing a similar mechanic like that. It's always going to generate smaller prizes, and so it will be more of like a side pot thing. So you will have the main games with this really high interest rates and lots of big prizes, and then we will have some side pots which are a bit like some of the competitors that are much more focused on the prizes and won't give you interest.
Okay. Just introduce different games to different needs of the users, right?
Exactly, and give the users choice. That is really important. We don't know what is best for a user. Maybe somebody wants all of that money to go to the prize pool, or maybe they want some as interest. And so we will offer both and let the users decide which game to play.
This is very cool. And can you explain a little bit on how the winners of each pot are selected?
Yeah, sure. The technology is coming from Chainlink. So Chainlink is, again, one of the biggest blockchain projects out there. They have the Link token, but it's not really about their token. It's really about the technology they created. And they have this thing that is called a verifiably random function. And it just means that They have an on-chain mechanism that can make random selections, just like you would see on TV for a lottery or something. But they do it all on-chain, so it's completely transparent, and you can check it afterwards to see if it was fair. So this is what is picking the winners. And then the way that like you increase your chances of winning is by how big your stake is. So in the cake pot, if you stake 100 cake, then you have less chance than somebody who stakes 1,000 cake, which makes sense, right? If you go to the lottery shop and you buy 2 tickets, then you have more chance than your friend who only bought 1 ticket, you know. But that has not stopped some small players winning. So like it was really nice this week on Tuesday, somebody had only staked 4 banana, like 4.27 banana, which is $11, and they won the prize. So
that's truly lucky.
Yeah, really, really lucky.
Lottery, anyway, it's a lottery.
Exactly. And so sometimes small players are going to get lucky, and that makes us really happy, you know?
Yeah, it sounds fun. So yeah, you have mentioned about token, if I wasn't wrong. So next question, how do you scale the adoption and participation of Moonpot?
Yeah, so I think for us, the adoption is coming already. And the reason why it is because, you know, Beefy has been around for 1 year, and that means we have really good connections within the DeFi ecosystem, especially the BSC one. So we have really good partners in wallets, you know, Trust Wallet working with us, SafePal working with us, Onto Wallet working with us, and hopefully in the future, you know, some of the other big ones like Coin98 and BitKeep. And wallet partnerships are really important because that's like the browser for the user, you know, it's like Google Chrome or Brave browser. If you can be in the front page of these apps, in these wallet apps, that means you're going to reach a lot of new users. So that is one way that we will continue to grow with these wallet relationships, and of course with our Binance relationships as well. We were just selected for MVB3 monthly star, which is the top 17 projects on BSC out of around 300 that applied, and this has opened some other doors, not just wallet partnerships, but we're doing Binance Learn and Earn with them this week. We will have an airdrop with CoinMarketCap because Binance introduced us to CoinMarketCap, which is a Binance product. And so all of these things kind of like cumulatively mean that we are growing users every day. And then outside of like what we can do with partners, I think what we can do for ourselves is just to keep building, you know, keep producing new products. Like we discussed, new ways that people can play, that maybe some people like this way more than the others, and this will just continue to attract us and scale the product.
Yeah, sounds like you guys already have a very clear method, like a very clear way to scale up the project. So you just have to focus inside of the project, how to make it a better project for every user and every new user coming in later.
Yes, and we get a lot of feedback from our crowd. You know, we have 30,000 people in Telegram and several thousand in Discord, and of course they are sharing great ideas all the time, and we have to filter that a little bit because, you know, maybe like on the day we have the lottery, people who didn't win, they start saying, oh, we need more winners, like this is not fair. It's just because they're a bit angry that they didn't win this week. You know, if they had won the prize, maybe they would feel a bit different about it. Of course, we listen to all of that feedback, but it doesn't mean we act on it straight away. We have to be cautious with which feedback we listen to.
Okay, so the next question, maybe it could be related to, you know, the feedbacks and things. I want to ask about the usage of POTS token in Moonpot ecosystem.
Yeah, it's a great question. So the POTS token has kind of 3 main purposes. The overall purpose will be a governance token. You know, it's a real ownership in the platform, and therefore people will be able to influence the decisions that we make as a core team based on the amount of POTS that they hold. And we have not fully defined what that DAO relationship will look like. We probably will start slowly and let people vote on some really clear topics, such as which new pot should we build, right? So we would like ask the crowd, okay, maybe here's 3 or 4 options, and you can tell us which one is your favorite. And because the crowd voted with their pots for this favorite, we will build it first, right? And I think that's how DAO will start, and we're trying to open that up in October. So the first part is governance, and then the second part is earning. So you can take that pots and you stake it onto Ziggy's pot on Moonpot.com and you will earn around about 120% APY. And this APY is coming from two places really. One, it's a revenue share of the platform. So we're buying back POTS off the market every week. Last week we bought something like $33,000 worth of POTS tokens, and they go back into the Ziggy's pot and get distributed. Then the reason why the APY is quite so high at the moment is because we're also kind of giving a reward for early adopters. So some of those tokens are coming direct from treasury, not from buyback. So that's the second use. And then the third use, which I think is the most exciting one, is that you are entered into this really big monthly draw, and for only exclusive for POTS holders. And last month we gave away a prize of $750,000, and it was spread just between 10 winners. So like each winner won $75,000. Yeah.
Okay. So how many people in the next pot? Is it announced already? Like how many?
Yeah, the prize at the moment is around $200,000. So 10 winners, $20,000 each. But each week the prize gets bigger because we take the revenue from the whole platform. So all of the cake that is being earned, all of the banana, all of the beefy, all of the LP tokens, and we take 5% of that and put it onto the price of Ziggy's pot. And so it builds every week. And how many people are playing is like, I think 16,000 already trying to win this prize.
Well, that's very cool. That's very exciting, this project. Like, it's so much fun in one project.
Nice.
Next question. Will you be expanding POTS to other chains and other pools tokens?
You know, we launched on Smart Chain for a reason, and the main reason is that is where a really big community is. You know, there's lots of people in many countries, whether it's, you know, out in Asia like Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, or whether it's in Europe and North America. There's lots of people that know about Smart Chain and they know about PancakeSwap because maybe they started on Binance.com and they bought their first tokens with Binance or Choco Crypto or YCX or something, and then they got exposed to Binance, right? To the DeFi on Binance, like PancakeSwap and Beefy. So we started there for that reason, and it's working out very well for us. But Beefy is already on 7 chains. So, and Moonpot is a product of Beefy. So you can kind of like do the maths and think that maybe Moonpot is going to expand to some other chains, but which ones we choose it's really not clear for us right now. You know, I think all of those chains are in a sort of evolution, like an explosion of technology and ideas and user acquisition, and I think we will just really keep our eye on what is most popular. You know, Beefy launched on Arbitrum this week, and already building on top of SushiSwap vaults, and there is like lots and lots of TVL happening there. So yeah, maybe Moonpot will look at Arbitrum as one of those options.
Okay, so actually I wanted to ask you in the next question, but I think you shared a little bit already. But still, I want to ask you, like, is there any upcoming developments of Moonpot that your current users can expect for? Or is there any upcoming updates you want to announce in this video?
So I'm not sure exactly when the video goes out, but I will say that the most exciting thing I think for Moonpot right now is stablecoin Moonpots. So that means a place where you can stake dollars and earn dollars and win dollars, you know, and we're really excited about that because, as we said at the beginning of this call, one of the goals of Moonpot is to bring people in that maybe don't understand DeFi and maybe it's all new for them, and they see a cake token and a banana token and they think we are crazy, you know, but if they see a dollar token, they understand dollars, you know, from whatever country they are in the world, everybody understands what a dollar is, you know, and so I think having a savings game that is based on dollars is really going to help our expansion.
Okay, when is it going to be?
When is this video gonna go out, Choco?
Maybe in 2 weeks, so probably early October.
So I think based on that your viewers will be able to already join the stablecoin today when they're watching this video.
Okay, check out today, right now, guys.
Check it out, yes.
Yeah. So lastly, last question. How do you think the future growth of DeFi? What do you think about it? Like, what is your future expectation in this DeFi industry?
I mean, my expectations are quite high. I really think that there's so much inefficiency and unfairness in the current financial system. And when those things exist, then new products come along that are more fair. And the internet has changed how we access information, and blockchain is changing how we access money. And so I think there will be this continual democratization of opportunities, whether it's through yield optimization, whether it's through lending, whether it's new forms of lotteries like you're seeing from Moonpot. I think there's so much innovation that we don't even know about yet. And this is going to continue to grow for us as builders, but also for the users. There's going to be more and more opportunities in the future that we can't even imagine right now, but they will come.
I agree. One more question, just
Sure.
a random question suddenly popped in my mind. So I'm a fan of NFT. So do you think
Yeah.
that Moonpot will be introducing something related to NFT in the future?
Yeah, it's definitely on our roadmap. We don't share too much about our roadmap. We like to surprise the users most of the time, but we definitely are interested in NFTs, and we are having quite in-depth conversations internally with our design team and our user research team about how we should integrate NFTs into the platform. But they will come. They will come for sure.
Okay. Looking forward to that. So guys, if you are as curious as me, please check out regularly their Twitter, their official website, join their Discord, join their Telegram group for more updates. Thank you so much for your time today. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Choco.
Thank you for joining me.
Really fun talking to you.
It was my honor talking to you too. I enjoyed it a lot. So guys, don't forget to follow and subscribe our channel for more crypto related content. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.